Hey warriors, wake up. The fairy tale is over. You were raised on a diet of comfortable lies. You were told that if you kept your head down, worked hard, and treated people with blind kindness, the world would cradle you. You were told that justice is an inherent law of the universe. You were told that truth always wins. Look at your scars. Look at your bank account. Look at your stress levels. Is that true? No. The world does not run on fairness. It runs on leverage. It runs on strategy. It runs on power. And the reason you feel exhausted, the reason you feel like you are constantly fighting a losing battle, is because you brought a bouquet of flowers to a knife fight. You are trying to play a game of morality, while your opponents are playing a game of survival. This ends today. I'm going to introduce you to dark intelligence. Do not let the name frighten you. Weak minds fear the dark. Strong minds use it. Dark intelligence is not evil. It is not narcissism. It is not sociopathy. Those are disorders of impulse. Dark intelligence is the exact opposite. It is extreme control. It is the ability to navigate an unfair world without becoming a victim. It is the capacity to understand the shadow side of human nature, the envy, the greed, the manipulation, so that you can navigate through it untouchable. It is the shift from being a reactor to being an architect. Most people are NPCs, non-player characters. They follow the script written by society. They react when poked. They cry when hurt. They buy what they are told to buy. They are easy to read, easy to use, and easy to discard. You are about to become a player. To do this, we must strip away the software of the nice person that was installed in your brain to make you compliant. We are going to replace it with the software of the strategist. If you are looking for comfort, leave. If you are looking to be cuddled, go back to sleep. But if you are ready to reclaim your life, to stop being a doormat and to start controlling the board, stay. Drop this affirmation in the comments to signal your awakening. I am done being a victim. Part 1. The Observer Mode, Killing the Reactive Self. The single greatest vulnerability you possess is your need to react. Biologically, you're wired for it. When someone insults you, your pulse spikes. When someone ignores you, your anxiety rises. When a crisis hits, you panic. This reactivity is the handle by which the world picks you up and moves you. A manipulator does not need to be stronger than you. They only need to know how to push your buttons. If they know that an insult makes you argue, they own your voice. If they know that guilt makes you compliant, they own your actions. Dark intelligence. Principle number 1. Power belongs to the one who cares the least. To win, you must enter the observer mode. Imagine a movie theater. Your life is the screen. The old you is in the front row, screaming at the characters, crying at the sad scenes, overwhelmed by the noise. The dark, intelligent you is in the projection booth behind the glass. You are watching the audience. You are watching the screen. You are cool, detached, analyzing. When chaos erupts, your boss yells, your partner accuses, the market crashes, you do not engage. You step back into the projection booth. You ask 3 questions instantly. What is the raw data? Remove the emotional interpretation, just the facts. What does this person actually want? It is almost never what they are saying. What is the strategic move? Not the move that feels good, but the move that improves my position. The nice person wants to be understood. The strategist wants to be effective. When you explain yourself to someone who is committed to misunderstanding you, you are leaking power. You are bleeding energy. Stop explaining. Stop defending. When someone attacks you, look at them with the cold curiosity of a scientist examining a virus. Interesting. He is shouting. He must feel very out of control right now. By detaching, you become immune to their emotional contagion. They want a fight. You give them a mirror. They want drama. You give them silence. You cannot control the storm, but you can control the ship, and the ship is steered from a place of calm, not from the deck where the waves are crashing. The law. The gap between the stimulus and your response is where your power lives. Widen the gap. Affirmation. I watch, I analyze, I do not react. Part 4. The Chameleon Effect. Strategic Adaptability. Society loves to tell you, just be yourself. This is suicidal advice. Being yourself implies you have one static personality. It implies you should treat a shark the same way you treat a puppy. If you do that, you will lose a hand. Dark intelligence teaches fluidity. You must become water. Bruce Lee said it best. Water can flow or it can crash. You must learn to adapt your persona to the environment you are in. This is not faking it. This is social camouflage. When you are dealing with a bully, you cannot be the nice guy. You must mirror their dominance, not by shouting, but by holding your ground with cold eye contact. You speak their language of force. When you are dealing with a narcissist, you do not feed their ego. You become a grey rock, boring, unreactive, dull. They cannot get supply from you, so they leave you alone. When you are dealing with an ally, you show warmth, you show loyalty, you build the bond. You are a chameleon. The rigid tree breaks in the storm. The bamboo bends and survives. Too many good people get destroyed because they refuse to adapt. They say, I shouldn't have to play games. Listen to me, you are already in the game. Refusing to play doesn't mean you aren't a participant. It just means you are the loser. You wear the mask that the situation requires to get the result you need. Inside, you remain true to your core values, but on the outside, you are whatever you need to be to survive the room. This allows you to move through different circles, corporate, street, social, family, without being trapped by any of them. You are everywhere and nowhere. You are elusive. And the most dangerous thing about the chameleon? No one knows where to aim because they don't know where the real you begins and the performance ends. The law, adapt or die. Rigidity is a weakness. Affirmation, I am formless. I am water. Part 5. Results over intentions, the cold calculator. This is the hardest shift for the empathetic mind. You judge yourself by your intentions. I meant to be a good friend. The world judges you by your results. You let them borrow money, they never paid you back, and now you are broke. Dark intelligence is consequentialism. It ignores the why and looks only at the what. You must become a cold calculator of human behavior. If you have a friend who constantly creates drama, apologizes, and then does it again, the good person says, but they have a good heart. They didn't mean to. The dark intelligence mind says, the result of this interaction is stress and chaos. The pattern is repeated. Therefore, this person is a liability. Cut them. It sounds cold. It is. It is also the only way to save your sanity. Stop listening to words. Words are cheap. Intentions are vapor. Look at patterns. Behavior is the only truth. If someone says they respect you but constantly makes you wait, they do not respect you. If someone says they want to help you but never shows up when it's raining, they are not your ally. You must apply this to yourself as well. Stop making excuses for your own life. I wanted to start the business, but I was tired. Result, you are poor. I wanted to get fit, but I love food. Result, you are weak. The dark intelligent individual accepts no gap between reality and strategy. You stop hoping things will change and you start acting on the reality of what is. If the boat is sinking, you don't pray for the hole to fix itself. You get in the lifeboat, even if people call you selfish. Better to be called selfish and survive than to be called a nice guy at your funeral. The law. Intentions are irrelevant. Outcomes are everything. Affirmation. I trust nothing but action. Part 6. Anti-manipulation defense. Recognizing the traps. The world is full of people who want to use you. They are not all evil, some are just parasitic. They use 3 primary hooks: guilt, fear, and urgency. Dark intelligence acts as a firewall against these viruses. 1. The urgency trap. Scammers, bad salespeople, and manipulators all use time against you. You must decide now. They know that if you have time to think, you will see the trap. The counter, artificial slowness. Whenever someone pressures you for an instant yes, the answer is an automatic no. I need an answer now. Then the answer is no. If you can give me 24 hours, maybe it's a yes. Watch them panic. You have reclaimed the frame. Never make a decision while your heart rate is above 80 beats per minute. 2. The guilt trap, the covert contract. After all I did for you, I thought we were friends. This is weaponized reciprocity. They did something you didn't ask for, and now they are presenting the bill. The counter, rejection of the contract. You must realize you do not owe anyone anything for favors you did not request. Acknowledge the guilt, feel it, and then step over it. I appreciate what you did, but I cannot do this for you. Do not apologize profusely. Apologizing validates their manipulation. 3. The gaslighting trap. You're crazy. That never happened. You're too sensitive. They try to make you doubt your reality, so you rely on theirs. The counter, the notebook, document reality, rely on facts. And when they deny reality, do not argue. Smile, because you know they are lying, and they know you know. The moment you argue with a gaslighter, they win because they have pulled you into their delusion. Detach. I remember it differently, and end the conversation. The law. If it feels like they are pushing you, they are. Step back. Affirmation. My mind is my own. I cannot be guilted. Part 7. The economy of energy. The ruthless audit. Your energy is finite. Your time is dying. Every second you spend on a fool is a second you steal from your own future. The nice guy creates energy leaks everywhere. He listens to the neighbor's 45-minute story about their cat. He argues with strangers on the internet. He tries to fix his broken friends. He is bankrupting his soul. Dark intelligence is energy accounting. You must perform a ruthless audit of your life. Who are the people that leave you feeling drained? Who are the people who only call when they need something? Who are the people who bring confusion and noise? Cut them off. This is not cruelty. This is lifeboat ethics. If the lifeboat is full and you pull another drowning person in, everyone dies. You must be the guardian of your own gate. You must learn the power of the hard no, not maybe, not let me check. No. It is a complete sentence. Guard your attention like it is the last bottle of water in the desert. Why? Because you need that energy for you. You need it to build your body. You need it to build your bank account. You need it to build your legacy. Every ounce of energy you give to a parasite is an ounce of energy you take away from your potential empire. Become unavailable. Be hard to reach. When you are always available, your value drops to 0. When you are scarce, your value skyrockets. The law. My access is a privilege, not a right. Affirmation. I erase the unworthy. Part 10. The Trojan Horse. Controlled weakness. Society teaches you to always appear strong. Fake it till you make it. Wrong. In a world of envy, perfection is a sniper target. If you appear too smart, too perfect, too wealthy, you activate enemy radar. They will want to bring you down. Dark intelligence uses controlled vulnerability. Sun Tzu taught, when strong, appear weak. Sometimes you must pretend to be less capable than your opponent. Let them feel smarter than you. Confess a harmless flaw. Oh, I'm terrible with numbers, while you're a financial master. I'm so forgetful, while you remember everything. When you reveal a small weakness, 2 things happen. Your opponent feels safe and superior. They lower their weapons. You appear more human and likable, masking your true danger. You become the Trojan horse. You are welcomed inside the walls because you seem harmless. And when night falls, When they are drunk on false victory, you emerge and take the city. Never reveal all your claws. Let them think you are a house cat, until it's too late for them to realize you are a tiger. Law, hide sharpness, feign clumsiness to see more clearly. Affirmation, I bow my head to conceal my victorious smile. Part 11, frame control, bending reality. Whoever defines meaning wins. This is the concept of frame control. In every interaction there is a frame, the lens through which events are interpreted. Example, you arrive late to a meeting. Your boss's frame, you disrespect me, you're a bad employee. Frame, you are guilty. If you apologize profusely, I'm sorry, it's my fault, please forgive me. You step into his frame, you lose. Someone with dark intelligence resets the frame. Thank you all for your patience. I was resolving a critical issue to keep this project from stalling. Let's begin. See what just happened. You are no longer late. You are a busy problem solver. You didn't apologize. Weak position. You expressed gratitude. Strong position. You just bent reality. The strongest people don't react to reality. They create it. If someone says, "Why do you look so tired?" A subtle attack. Don't answer, "Yeah, I didn't sleep well." Accepting the weak frame. Break the frame. I've been thinking deeply about the next strategy. Do I look tired, or are you just worrying too much? Never accept labels others try to stick on you. Rip them off and stick your own label on their forehead. Law. Truth is subjective. The strongest frame determines reality. Affirmation. I am the author of this story. Part 12. The Invisible Man. Theory. The Grey Man. In an age where everyone screams for attention, anonymity is a superpower. This is a tactic of spies and special forces. The Grey Man. Unlike a chameleon, changing to fit in, the Grey Man's goal is not to be remembered. You dress normally. You speak normally. Not too handsome, not too ugly, not too loud, not too quiet. You drift through crowds like a ghost. Why? Because the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. If you appear too wealthy, you attract thieves and gold diggers. If you appear too powerful, you attract competitors. If you appear too happy, you attract saboteurs. Those with dark intelligence hide assets and abilities beneath a layer of mediocrity. He drives a mid-range car despite having millions. He sits in the corner observing while empty barrels brag loudly at the center of the room. By becoming invisible, you collect the most authentic information. People say things in front of a normal guy they would never dare say in front of a dangerous rival. They don't guard against you, and that's when you have their throat. Remember, don't let your aura burn you alive. Turn off the lights and operate in the dark. Law. Fame is a target. Invisibility is armor. Affirmation. They look through me, but I see through them. Part 13. Temporal warfare. Mastering the clock. You learned about urgency earlier. Now learn to weaponize time. Time does not flow evenly. In psychology, time can be distorted. When you want to apply pressure, slow time down. When your opponent wants an answer, wait. Leave the message on scene for 3 hours. That dead space sends their imagination spiraling. They will invent worst-case scenarios. They will soften before you reply. Conversely, when you want to dominate, speed time up. Make fast, decisive moves that leave no room for reaction. Change topics rapidly. Speed overwhelm freezes their brain, and they will agree just to keep up. Dark intelligence knows whoever waits longer wins. In negotiation, the one willing to spend more time doing nothing often gets the better terms. Impatience is a tax paid for weakness. Become an iceberg, slow-moving, unstoppable, crushing everything in its path, not with speed, but with persistence. Law. Control the clock. Control anxiety. Affirmation. Time is my ally and their executioner. Part 14. The supreme power of self-sovereignty. Radical sovereignty. All the tactics above are meaningless if you are still a slave. A slave to a paycheck, a slave to debt, a slave to toxic relationships. The highest level of dark intelligence is radical sovereignty. This means building a life where no one has leverage over you. J.K. Rowling once spoke about "fuck you money," but it goes beyond money. It's "fuck you position." You must have skills so valuable that if one company fires you, 10 others want you. You must have financial reserves, so if a boss pressures you to do something unethical, you can stand up and walk away immediately. You must have emotional independence, so if a partner threatens breakup as manipulation, you can open the door for them to leave. Dependency is the root of all manipulation. If you need them, they own you. If you want them, but don't need them, you own yourself. The path of dark intelligence is the path of cutting every tangled string. You become a self-sustaining island. When you no longer fear hunger, loneliness, or unemployment, you become dangerous because you cannot be bought or threatened. This is true freedom, not doing whatever you want, but no one being able to force you to do anything. Law. Dependency is the death of strategy. Independence is the foundation of power. Affirmation, I am my own empire. Part 15. The art of burning bridges strategically. People often advise never burn bridges. Dark intelligence says know when to burn them and burn them brightly. Sometimes clinging to decayed relationships out of fear of offending is a strategic mistake. It traps you in the past and gives toxic people a path back to harm you. There are moments for scorched earth. When you leave a toxic environment, an exploitative company, an abusive partner, cut cleanly, block numbers, delete contacts, leave no path back for them or for yourself. Burning bridges sends a powerful message to your subconscious. There is only forward, no retreat. Sun Tzu called this death ground. When soldiers know there is no escape, they fight with 200% strength. Don't stay friends with an ex who betrayed you. Don't keep polite contact with someone who stabbed you in the back. Burn the bridge, watch it burn, and use that light to guide your next steps. Ruthless decisiveness releases energy. Lingering hesitation kills the future. Law, a ruthless ending is better than endless cruelty. Affirmation, I burn the past to light the future.